Hello and welcome back. So in the last lesson I started it thinking that I could squeeze all the piano information down into one video and go over both the harmony, the voicing and the rhythm, but I think it'll be best to split up the rhythm into another video. So this is that video, and I'm going to change the formula that I used because so far I've been using this dotted crotchet. Then you got this quaver tied to this minim, and we've kept that throughout the entire piece. If you have a listen. Which is great, but we want to come up with something slightly more interesting because otherwise it's going to be too formulaic. So we're going to kind of come up with some just continuously evolving rhythms on each bar. And there's no real hard and fast rules for this, other than, I think, just some rules to keep you going. If you change chord, start that chord, the beat of that chord, on the one beat. So don't have a syncopation and then play the chord, start it on the one. But apart from that, add in as much syncopation, don't have to start immediately after, and occasional on beats. I'll just write something out and you can have a look. So how about start off with, there's no rule for this, we'll just make this all yeah, that works. We can have, just to show you how simple the rhythms can be for now, we'll make it all semi-breathes at this bit. Then for this 7th chord, so we've got the C7, we've changed chords, so we should start on the one beat, so we'll have something on the one beat, but I want something a bit more motion, seeing that we just had a held bit. So we'll have a bit of syncopation there. I'll do the same down here. Make sure you do copy it over for both hands. So we just change the rhythm ever so slightly. And then we change chord again here, so we want to hit it on the one beat. Let's add in a bit of space. Yeah, we'll have just a crotchet here, and then I don't want to hit it on this syncopation here. I will go for, I'll have a, yeah, you know what, I'm going to do this. So don't want the chord symbol there, and then copy that over for here, that there. So let's just have a listen so far. That works fine. Let's have no chords on this bit, because we don't. This is the first chord that we've actually got in the piece where we don't have a chord change. So we could just have that as a rest for a bit. That would be fine. Or we could just change this ever so slightly, just to prepare us for the change. So I'm just coming up with interesting syncopated rhythms. So let's have a listen so far. Yeah, that works fine. And there's no real formula for this one. It's just find comping rhythms that you like, add in some syncopation. If you type in syncopated rhythms on Google Images and found some songs that have syncopation in, just pick the rhythms, add them to the notes that we already have, because we've done the voicing, we don't need to change that. So let's just keep going, and I'm just gonna come up with some interesting rhythms, and let's see what we got. So we got that there, You know, just for a change, let's actually hit something on the beat and play both of these notes, not as tied. Yeah, and that works. And then you don't have to hit this one on the beat, so we might even... Oh, actually, because this is actually slightly a change of chord. No, I actually I don't want to hit the impact there. It's too much to deal with. So, ooh. And then yeah, I'll have a. Oh, I've got an idea for a rhythm. Tie that to a. And then we can have a. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm not really following any set formula. I'm just kind of coming up with some rhythms that are interesting. The notes are the same, but I'm just making them a bit more interesting in terms of rhythm. So let's have a listen. Yeah, that works fine. But we want to keep going, so because this one is a chord change, we want to hit it on the beat. What do I want to do? You know what? Just to show you, let's make it simple. So we can have complex bits and then we can go back to simplicity. Let's have... Ooh. Just copy and paste that there, get rid of the extra chord symbol. And then let's delay this slightly. It's the 1 and 7, isn't it? Just and let's have a listen to that. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's have a quick change to this one. So we'll have another bit of quavers at the beginning. Ba-da-ba. And let's have an extra bit here. Yeah, I'm going to try this the other way though. So let's just see what happens. I don't know what it's going to sound like. Might be good, might not be. I need the other note. Why has that done that? Oh, because. Lovely. Yeah, so that is I'll keep that one there, why not? Let's try and have a listen to that with the yeah, we'll listen to it with the melody this time. From the beginning actually. Just up it a bit. Yeah, so there are moments where it is kind of quite simple and you've only got a bit going on. Sometimes it's so simple that you only have these held notes, and sometimes it gets quite complex and syncopated with lots of repeated kind of quavers. But I think that would sound better sped up, so I'm saving the speeding it up for later on. But I feel like we're at a point where we could start speeding up. Let's have a look. So, not that. Here we go. Where is view? Here we go. Let's speed it up slightly. Let's add it up to about 142. Let's have a look. I think this one needs to be held. You can kind of hear that. Yeah, and just kind of have a play around and see what you do like, see what you don't like. I don't like the way that sounds, so I'm going to change that. And let's speed it up even more. Let's go to, I think about 160 would work. Let's have a listen. Yeah, so that is sounding much better. So I'm going to keep it at that tempo from now on. I will adjust the tempo marking at a later point. But there is something that I spotted while I was doing that, and I just wanted to go over it, and I can't remember what it is. I think it was one of the... Oh, yes, right. So we also have this thing called the melody going on, and we don't want our rhythm here playing exactly what the rhythm is in the melody, or else it's just kind of... It's going to sound a bit weird. For example, here we have a quaver, crotchet, quaver, quaver, crotchet, and then it's quaver on the beat. So this bit sounds like it's kind of playing at the same time. If you have a listen. Ba bam bam. Sounds like it's playing at the same time as this chord, which I guess could work, but I don't like that particularly because it's going to sound like you're playing all kind of together, and you don't want that. You want the syncopation. You want that kind of edge to the piece. So let's... how can we change this over? We could have... Yeah, we could just swap it over like that. So we have quaver, crotchet, crotchet, quaver, crotchet. Oh. Bum, ba-dum. Nah, that sounds too on the beat. So I guess we could tie this. And it's just playing around. It is. Bum, bum. Which is actually the starting rhythm that we were... Oh, goodness. Which we were trying to avoid. But, I've kept it in occasionally because it's a really solid rhythm. Yeah, you can spot it all over. We'll change it over here in a sec. I'm saving that for last. Let's have a listen. And there's one last thing I want to talk about, and this will be the final point on the piano, I swear. I know I've been dragging it out slightly, so I'm going to add in some arpeggiation. So we're going to change over this last chord. We'll have just a G held here in the bass and get rid of this one. Yeah, we'll get rid of this one. We're going to move slightly up. So arpeggiation, you know what an arpeggio is. It's going up the notes of the chord tones, but we're going to do that instead of playing kind of the chords rhythmically. We're going to show that the piano can do some more interesting things. So let's have the 1 there, the 3 here, so that in the key of G, that'll be B, and then we'll go up to the D, and then we'll hit this note here. That works fine. Yeah, let's have a listen. So we hit that. And then maybe... hit that B just to lead us back into... Oh. Slightly... No, that'll be fine. Yeah, so what I've done here is I've just taken one of those chords and I've added in some arpeggiation. There's no reason why I can't do it somewhere else in the piece, or you could even add in some more interesting runs or maybe some fills. But just as a kind of example, you can add in some arpeggiations where I've just gone up the triad, up the 7th chords, just kind of outlining them. I've gone back down to the B here because I think that'll work quite well in leading us back to the C chord. But let's just have a listen to that. Yeah, that works fine. I think that's good enough. I could probably spend more time on this piece, coming up with some really interesting, complex rhythms. But I think there's a fine line between good and good enough, and I think that that's good enough for now. So yeah, I would recommend just coming up with some interesting rhythms, playing around with them. Kind of take some of the ones that you've seen in this video and then alter them slightly. Just go, oh, okay, I like what he's done here, but I want a quaver rest at the end, or however you want to try it along. Take this, but make it on the B as a crotchet instead, you know. That works fine. Just come up with some nice, interesting, syncopated lines, and you'll be right as rain. So I'm going to leave it there, and in the next video we're going to turn this 12-bar blues into a much longer piece, but just by copying and pasting mainly. So you'll see that in a sec. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.